Hi guys, my name is Dakota Porter. My family is the Georgiou family. We've been here since 1897. The shop has been in my family since 1947. We built this building in 1964. We've been going out sponging since then. I came over from the islands. My family heard about it in 1896 is when Tarpon Springs was settled with the first Greek divers, and we were the second family to come over. I am the only one left in Tarpon Springs where I still hand process all my sponges. The rest of the sponges they're imported from the Mediterranean and the Bahamas, or they come in from the processing plants. The difference in hand processing and processing plants, even though they are the same sponges from the Gulf of Mexico, hand processing is the best description is dry clean only. You take a dry clean only, put it in the washing machine. That's what the processing plants do. What I do, I still do it by hand. I'm actually dry clean only. You're dry clean only. It helps the sponge last for a lot longer. It's a better quality sponge, but I don't put as much wear and tear on it. These wool sponges that are used for bathing will last you about 7-8 years if you use them every day for bathing. Natural sponges are hyperallergenic. They don't grow mold, mildew, bacteria, anything like that. It's the skeletal system of a filter feeding animal is what it is. A lot of people say we buy the sponge, but it's actually the skeleton of the sponge that we're purchasing. Underwater, this would go in and out like this. It's got a membrane around the whole sponge. The fish like meat. Like this big hole right here, it eats through all the little holes and spits out the fresh water through the big holes after it's processed. The skeletal system processes it. So when we go out sponging, we go 2 weeks to a month and a half at a time. We walk along the bottom. We do about 3-4 dives a day, each of us. There's 2 of us on the boat. Every time we go down, it's about 2.5 hours on the Gulf floor. We walk along the bottom and cut these off the bottom. It's about 5-6 miles every time that we go down. So collectively, the both of us, we do about 50 to 55 miles a day. We cut them off the bottom about every 20-30 minutes. We're filling a bag of sponges. We bring the crane down. We bring it back up. Bring a new net down. The membrane on there, when we cut them off, we put blankets over top of them on the boat, and we water down the blankets with salt water. And we use the sun and the water to decompose that membrane. And we're rolling it and rinsing it and slamming it on the deck. There's a micro episode, Dirty Jobs. You guys can actually watch on Dirty Jobs too. He does it. It's high pressure salt water, all that. And basically that's turning that membrane, it scabs it up at first, and then it turns it into like a liquid death. It's something we call gurry. So it's basically like a sludgy chocolate milk. Just straight like a Hollywood movie when you have 55-gallon drums and the body's deteriorating there and it's like slut. That's what it is. And it smells horrible. You take 6-7 showers, you still smell it on you. But we do that for 3 or 4 days, and then we store them on the boat. When we go out, we go 2 weeks to a month and a half at a time. We fill up the boat, and when we store them, we have them on deck at first for 3-4 days. So when the waters cool down, like it takes longer. It can take like 6 to 8 days for that normal 3 to 4 day, which it inhibits how many sponges we can put on the deck because then we can't walk around with the blankets on them and stuff. So we try to get them done. It needs to be 78 degrees for the bacteria to start killing and all that. We store them once they come into shore. Once the boat's done, I stop diving. How old is my freaking kid? About to be 8. About 7.5 years ago I stopped diving because I didn't want to be away from my son that long. So I finished out the 2014 year. When they come in, I take over then. I load them in my truck. I live 3/4 of a mile down the street. I have 55-gallon drums in my backyard. Like Walter White, Breaking Bad kind of shit. Looks like I'm doing drugs. So they
bitch.
go in.
Got to say bitch.
Yeah.
You kind of look like him.
So they go in muriatic acid. It's 1 part acid to 3 parts water originally, and it sits in there for 48 to 50 hours. And that kills the rest of the animal, breaks up any shell or calcium deposit that can be inside of it. So the calcium deposits will actually grow throughout the whole thing. And we don't want it to scratch anyone, so we want that to really be like you'll see a lot of the sponges around the docks, the wool sponges, they're like brown in color. That's because they're just doing the high pressure salt water. They're not actually putting in the muriatic. They're not fully processing them, so they don't last anywhere near as long, and they're not as like sturdy and everything. The muriatic acid, once they're out of that, we rinse them out clean. We put them in what's called sodium percarbonate. And you have to have your acid license for it, but sodium percarbonate is basically super concentrated baking soda. It neutralizes my acid, brings the pH levels back right, and it actually lightens the sponge and strengthens the sponge as well. So it goes in and out of the percarbonate for 7 to 9 days. Just checking to see how much longer it needs and all. I have to watch it very carefully because I can over percarbonate, I can over acid it. Once they come out, we rinse them clean. Either sometimes we cut them or we leave them whole and then bring them up here.
Oh, of course.
Oh yeah.
It's nice you found a phone outside.
I'll be back in 1 second.
No, you're good. But yeah, come on back because I want to make sure when they come back. I own this shop. It's been my family since 1947. I will make sure, even if I have to send it out to them, that it'll get back to them. And I want to make sure that they give you your thank you because that's very honorable, young man. I really appreciate that.
All right.
That's nice. He found a phone. He brought it
He's
in.
got to be what, 14?
Yeah.
That gives me goosebumps.
Yeah.
Seriously. For
What's
him
the
to-
name
He
of
was
your
raised
shop?
right.
Dolphin Gift Shop.
Dolphin gift
Dolphin
shop.
Gift Shop,
Love
Tarpon
it.
Springs, Florida. Yeah, we are one of the longest running shops that has not changed. Everything in my shop's local artist, small business. My great uncle was very adamant about not ordering stuff, off catalogs. He even told me like 4 months. That's my great uncle.
Great uncle.
Yeah, he passed away. I believe in '83. That's right. I was born in '90, so I never got a chance to meet him.
Oh, okay. I see a
but,
resemblance. The profile.
I'm not blood, so I don't know how you do.
Oh.
Thank you though, because he's a good-looking damn
But
man.
I kinda-
Everyone says the ears and the chin.
I kind of see something
The
there
ears
that's
and the
similar.
chin
The
is
chin.
what
It's
everyone
definitely
says,
the.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at the ears and
My
the
great
chin.
uncle who owned all this, he had 2 sons and a daughter. His daughter was best friends with my mom growing up. I was
Gotcha.
raised by a single mom. I didn't have a bad dad. He's a good dad, but he traveled the country building stores.
Okay.
So he wasn't around physically for what I needed as a father.
Yeah.
My great uncle, both of his sons passed away, so he kind of raised me Greek.
Aw.
And he taught me how to ride a bike, taught me how to
Oh,
walk. My
that's
first
so
steps were
nice.
right out here.
Yeah,
first bike
you're
ride.
saying that.
So
All right.
sorry.
All right, pause.
zero-
If I don't call you, I will. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Aw, thank you.
Hey, you want a soda or something? I got soda, water, anything?
Sure.
Grab something, man. It's on me.
Thank you.
No problem. God bless you, man.
Never happened to me.
Have a good day.
Hey, stay honorable like that,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
It's really cool. That's incredible.
That's wonderful. God bless you.
Man, that actually blew my mind. I
Yeah,
still got goosebumps.
yeah.
from it.
That's
What a
very
good
rare.
kid, man.
Yeah, I don't know if we'd see that in New York.
No, New York though.
They'll take the phone. Yeah. Oh, I found a phone.
So I wonder if there's a way I can. Of course, it has a pen.
Yeah, I think that there was a couple that was sitting there.
But I have a feeling they'll come
Just
back
press
asking.
1, because normally they have like an emergency number.
Oh, okay.
With like one of the numbers, just press it and hold it, and probably a number may pop up.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Okay.
Wait, on the
Yeah,
pen
like,
or
like
wait?
if you
wanna
have like
show
an
On the
emergency.
pen?
Go show 'em.
No, like if you have an emergency number, yeah, just press like 1
Hold it down.
and hold it down. Most likely, or if they don't have an emergency number. What is that? A Samsung? Because Apple has it.
I was gonna say,
Really?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
we could do
tried.
that. Like if you store your emergency numbers.
Oh, I don't have it.
You don't need emergency numbers.
Yeah.
I wonder
Yeah.
if they were. Do you remember what they looked like? I wonder. No, it was like there's a lady. She had like reddish like hair pattern like yours.
Yeah, red
And
hair.
there was no man. Yeah.
Aw. It's locked, right?
I recognize that if I see her again.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've done it before, and I'll probably do it again if they don't come back tonight.
Master reset.
No.
Oh, no.
Hit the emergency call.
what
And,
does that
and
do?
it dials 911. It's for anyone that can use as access to a cell phone. You don't need a PIN. It dials 911. So I'll tell them, hey, I really apologize for calling. I just want to let you know this is not an emergency, and I do apologize for calling, but I have a lost
Yes.
phone that left in my shop. I was just wondering if maybe you could give me the number so I can call or
And they
figure
can
out.
get their phone. Yeah.
Get it to them.
Yeah, just somewhere.
Especially if they're tourists.
That's
You don't
why-
know how
that's
long
why-
they're going to be
that's why
here.
you need Apple.
Well, I am holding an Android, so I can't agree.
All right, we gotta
Apple.
get you on the
I
Apple.
started with Apple. After 5, I couldn't take it no more. They kept saying, reset your password, reset your password. What?
There was just a bird eating the cat food, then it flew away.
Oh, was it a big, like, kind of tall blue heron?
No, I saw it was like a crow. It was black.
Oh, the blackbirds are all over there. But we
Aw.
actually have 3 blue herons and 2 snowy egrets. That we
Nice.
Come to buy my sponges now.
Wow. Okay, so what do you think of New York, real quick, as opposed to Florida?
Oh, right now, or what do I think of the state in general? Because I love.
No,
okay,
no.
so first of all, I've been to Manhattan plenty of times. Then Broadway. I actually played Carnegie Hall. I was a band nerd, so we played
Oh.
Carnegie Hall. I've seen Wicked. What was the
Nice.
Billy Joel run? There was a
Yeah,
Billy
the
Joel
Garden.
one with the There's a Billy Joel one. I've seen all of them. But I love it. The Naked Cowboy, cool. He's
Oh, I
whatever.
love the Naked Cowboy.
Love
Love,
the Naked
him.
Cowboy.
Although they probably got him wearing
my
a mask.
aunt ran the Hyatt on the Jersey side for a long time. Lived in Manhattan. I was named after the Dakota building that John Lennon was shot outside of. That's where
Are
my
you
name-
serious? That's
Yeah.
where you got your
My
name.
mom's
Look
a
at
hippie.
that.
My dad's
I
a
saw
deadhead.
that.
Yeah, I was named after the building John Lennon side of. I have an
Wow.
uncle in Syracuse. I don't know why they call Jersey the Garden State, because upstate New York is way more beautiful than Jersey. Any part of Jersey will ever be, and I don't care how long.
Nice.
But Quasimodo's a fucking moron. Yeah, your
Yeah.
Quasimodo, your little mayor, is an idiot. And the fact that they were gonna the fact that the vote even came into play, that they were gonna give him final executive authority, final vote on whether you were a hazard to health or not. Did you see that? So there
We
was
talking about the governor? You talking about Cuomo? Or you talking
yeah,
about
they were
DeBozo?
they were gonna give Cuomo.
Oh, DeBozo. The
They were going to
mayor.
give Cuomo, like, it was something that popped up. It didn't pass, but it was something that was going to pop up where it gave him the final say.
Yes.
And whether you were a health hazard or a health risk or not.
Yeah.
And he can incarcerate you if you were a health risk, which means that if you didn't get your vaccine.
That's right.
Which, if you get your vaccine, God bless you.
Yeah, you're on your own.
I'm not, no.
Yeah.
Well, I have psoriasis, so I wasn't ever allowed to get flu vaccines or anything because I have an autoimmune disorder. So I actually had 97 on my ASVAB, 2.5 years PT with the Marines, and I wasn't allowed to ship off because I had psoriasis. So they
Yeah.
actually, and my grandfather's retired full Colonel Greenberry paratrooper.
Yeah.
So,
But who the heck knows?
but so they were going to give him final say in whether you were a health
Ridiculous.
hazard or not. If that's not a dictatorship,
Yeah,
I
of
don't
course it
know
is.
what the hell is.
Of
I thought
course
we
it
lived
is.
in a democracy, but
Yeah.
it's there.
Yeah.
So
So,
now it's mandatory to do your vaccination if you want to travel outside the country.
and that's horse shit. My grandfather did not
That's
fight that long in
against
the
your
military.
constitutional
That's against your
rights,
constitutional
though. That's
rights.
not
Yeah,
even
it is.
law.
Absolutely.
A mandate is not a law.
Now listen.
That's the thing.
So the reason is
Yeah.
they actually not to travel out of the United States. To travel on a privately owned corporation out of the United States, you're required to have a vaccine, which means cruise ships, flights,
Yeah.
things like that. You have to. However, if you find someone that can fly you over a helicopter, you're not breaking any laws by leaving. It's your constitutional right to,
Right.
to travel with your passport. So it's only what it is the private businesses are putting in stipulations, like the cruise ships and all that, because they're a bunch of liberal, stupid sheep
Yeah, yeah.
and don't realize what the hell's happening to our country.
No, they don't see that it's,
No, they don't.
it's
Listen,
communism
when
is
you
working
have
its way in.
9 out of 10 people walk into this store are Trump supporters. Okay, 100%. Not even that. Do I am a Trump supporter myself. Do I believe that Trump should have never had a Twitter or any of that? Absolutely. That's what we have publicists for. The dude talks out of his
Yeah.
ass all the time.
Yeah.
But we needed a businessman in.
That's
what
right.
we need. We needed a businessman. He turned around, did amazing for small businesses.
That's right.
DeSantis, agree with him 100%. Like
Love
everything's good.
DeSantis. Yep.
I mean, he was just incredible. And the fact that they didn't see when we have videography proof, I mean, there's videos
Of the cheating.
election fraud.
Of course.
The whole thing should have been dropped and we should start all over again. And the fact that they trusted USPS to mail in our ballots when I can't trust them to send my fucking grandma a gift certificate for Christmas. No. I got the thing where it said learn how to vote in mail, and I did a video on Snapchat, and I did it. I said, learn how to vote by mail. And I had my son, first step, take it out of the mailbox. Second step, and I showed my son, rip it in half. Third step, my son threw it in the trash can.
There
Y'all
you
need to
go.
vote in person.
There
So
you
yeah,
go.
that's exactly what
well,
I did.
why do you
so.
think that they got the open borders? Because they're going to bring in all these illegals and make
all the
them
Biden
Democrats.
supporters? Yep.
Yeah. They're going to dilute the.
They're literally stealing our entire country.
Yeah,
And no one, and all these stupid little sheep are just letting it
Yeah.
happen. Like, I can't wait
Yeah.
until they open up these little areas where they're like, all right, we've got vaccines. Come stay with us. Live here. We'll feed you. You just stay here. Follow these. That's fucking Auschwitz.
That's, yeah. Yeah, it is.
That's Nazi freaking
No,
Germany.
he's absolutely right.
Like, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But the difference is they're doing it voluntarily, understanding it. In
Yes.
Auschwitz, they were telling them
forced.
things that were lies.
Yes.
Or forced.
Yeah.
But also a lot at the
You were there.
beginning.
She was at Auschwitz, yeah, in the army.
I even have pictures. That is
Wow.
Well, she was stationed in Germany in the army.
sad.
Oh, that's incredible. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
That's a nice-
My mother
Very,
was in
very
Germany
emotional,
for 3
right?
years.
Very emotional.
They have pictures of
It's
everybody.
disturbing.
The families,
It's
it's horrible.
And listen, we're right around the freaking corner from it.
Yeah.
But the difference is, like, yes, they loaded up, but at the beginning, the majority of them that were bringing out and stuff, they were voluntary. No, it was voluntarily. They
Because
say they
their
were going to
parents,
give them,
yeah.
Yes,
but
you're
then they
right.
just put them in the
Yeah.
gas chambers.
That's right.
You know.
That's right.
And that's like, I'm not saying they're putting them in gas chambers here, But we're living the same aspect of you control every aspect of our
Yeah.
lives and this
Yeah.
and that, and that's not what the Constitution was
Yeah.
made for.
My
Like
friends,
my right to bear
yeah.
arms. I don't know
That's
if you know
right.
this.
Yeah.
Do you have
I
your
own
concealed?
guns.
Do you have your concealed weapons?
Not here though. In Kansas,
But you have your
I don't-
concealed weapons.
Oh yeah.
So do you know the stipulations of it that we're not allowed to wear a mask while carrying concealed? Did you know that?
I just came here a week, so I don't know the
She's
laws
here a
or
week.
what. I
That's
really don't
in-
know.
But that's something.
That's in no.
Yeah.
That's every
Not allowed to
state.
wear a mask.
That's
no,
every.
in Kansas I could conceal. I don't even have to conceal carry. I could walk with my weapon.
Yeah, you can open carry,
Open
but if
carry.
you have a concealed license
No.
in any of the states, if you have a concealed license, in our stipulations of filing for our concealed, to carry concealed, we are not allowed to wear a mask while
Mask.
carrying concealed. Because that was made long before we had to wear masks like as a legal stipulation, you know. Because
Is that so you could be
obviously, when you have your
identified?
concealed back in the day before COVID, we don't want anyone walking around in a ski mask with
No,
a
of
gun on
course not.
illegally. That's sketchy
The
as
first
hell.
time I went
But
to
now
the
that we're
bank
talking
with
about
a
we have
mask
legal
on.
requirement to wear
Uh-huh.
masks, that's another way to fucking disarm us.
Yeah,
That's just
yeah,
another
that
way
makes
to
a
disarm
lot
us.
of sense.
So even now they say like,
Didn't
the
know
cops
that.
are being
That
lenient
is
on it, like they're not saying it
insurance.
about the mask. But you catch the wrong cop on the wrong day, that's an arrestable offense, a felony arrestable offense to wear a mask while carrying concealed.
We didn't know that. Thank you,
There's
Dakota,
a
for
lot of
sharing
people that
that.
didn't know that. Yeah, if you have a concealed weapons license, you are not allowed to wear a mask while carrying concealed. And like I said, the majority of the cops, they'll be like, I obviously it's new regulations, shit like that. But everyone in America knows, you have your good cops and you have your cops that wear their badges a freaking crown. You know, so you gotta
She's like, I
you
know
catch
that.
you catch the
No,
wrong
he makes
one.
a good point.
You
Yeah.
catch the wrong run that the wife didn't sleep with him the night before and he's in a bad mood the next
Yeah.
day, and there you are carted off to jail with a felony, and even though it can be dropped, doesn't mean that you're not going through the legal fees, the court costs, all that, the time off work, the loss of income.
Right, right.
Firsthand.
Like, retired Marine right here, so he's
How are
right
you?
here with us, guys.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for sharing all that.
Yeah, of course.
That's right.
Needless to say, I bought a lot of ammunition in 2019.
Then that's smart because they're expensive now.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, and then what I love the most, come
So
and
thank you.
come and take my guns.
Awesome.
I wish you would try to come and take my guns.
Oh, I didn't see that part.
9, 11.
Well, I don't know if you know, but Trump's still the president, and he's working behind the scenes with the military, and he is coming back.
Do you know that he can actually run for Congress in Florida in 2022, and if he does, he can impeach.
Say it again.
Biden.
Say it again.
Donald Trump's gonna.
Yeah.
He ain't going
He
anywhere.
can run for
I don't know how long he's
Congress.
gonna live, but
He can run for
He's coming
Congress in
back.
2022.
Yeah.
He can run for Congress 2022 in Florida and have Biden and what's the prostitute that's in the Kamala? Yeah.
Him.
Suckala.
President Harris?
chances
You know,
of
they
that
say it's,
happening
you know,
is like
Kamala's
me
a guy,
getting with
they
Rihanna.
say.
Yeah, well, Suckala, she can act. They can be impeached, and Trump could actually finish out the term for them till 2024 and run for another 4 years. So that, I mean, it's a long stretch. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, it's a long stretch, but
Yeah.
that's the possibility.
Yeah.
Oh, and then what's that one that?
Oh shit! Hang on, Rihanna's.
Well, yeah. I mean, that'd be believable.
He's gonna run at
That'd be
20.
believable.
This is great. These guys are
Even
so
a
much
better-
fun.
even a better ticket than I mean, I would love to see Trump on a ticket, but I
Simon
think
DeSantis.
no.
Or
Kirk,
DeSantis.
Kirk and Owens.
What you think?
Charlie Kirk.
I
and
love
Candace
Charlie
Owens.
Kirk.
Charlie
I do love
Kirk
Coke.
and
No, I love.
Candace Owens.
I
Think about it.
absolutely
They're
agree
both
with you
young,
1,000%.
They're very smart. They're conservative, but they're not stupid.
Love
If you-
Candace Owens.
If,
Yep.
if you don't know who Candace
Oh,
Owens is,
yep.
look her up.
Oh,
She
yeah.
is-
She's the best.
Who?
DeSantis.
Yeah, DeSantis and Owens.
DeSantis
Sure,
is
why
too
not?
old.
Well, where does
Charlie
she
Kirk
live? Where
is
does Candace
younger.
Owens live? Do you know?
I have no idea. Where's Candace
What?
live?
Candace Owens live?
Yeah, I
Hang
wonder
on,
what
let me
state
ask
she's
Rihanna.
Other
in.
than, hold on.
Yeah.
Other than fucking
I mean, what
reality.
state? Yeah,
It's on the internet for all I know.
Yeah, other than reality, where does she live?
yeah. No, she is. She is the
Kirk
best.
Owens or
Yes.
Hey Siri, where does Candace Owens live?
are we stalking her? I mean, she's hot.
Blexit, Blexit.
She is married.
And she had a baby.
Did she really?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
She's so smart. I love it.
She is amazing. You know
She'll
her?
do Turning Point USA with Charlie Kirk.
Turning Point.
She was
USA,
born in
yes. And she
Connecticut.
started Blexit.
Yeah, born
Black-
in Connecticut.
Blacks leaving the Democrat Party.
Stanford.
She went to
so smart.
the University of Rhode Island.
She was a Democrat, and she started in the very beginning when Trump became president. Everybody was coming down on him. She's like, "How come they loved him before he was president, but now they hate him?"
It
So she
says right
started
here. It
researching.
says
She left the
Conservative
Democrat Party.
author, talk show host, political commentator, and activist, initially
Yes.
critical of United States President Donald Trump and the Republican Party.
Yep.
Owens eventually became known
Big
for
time
her
support.
pro-Trump activism as a black woman, in addition to her criticism of Black Lives Matter and the Democratic Party. She worked for the conservative advocacy group Turning Point USA between
Yes.
2017 and 2019 as its communications director. In 2021, she joined the Daily Wire and hosts Candace, a political podcast. But she
Yeah.
was born in Connecticut.
Okay.
So she was born in Connecticut.
Yeah. Maybe she can be
And
governor of New York. I would love that. Turn New York around a little bit.
listen, I know monkeys would be a better governor in New York than Tweedle nuts.
That's a good way to end it.
Hopefully
All right.
tomorrow
Thank you,
we'll-
Oh
Dakota.
yeah, girls, have fun.
God bless.
Yeah, of
God
course.
bless
God
you.
bless y'all too.
Bye.